setting up.
You tear down?
Hey, it's Walt with One Fall WrestleCast. You see, Derek's getting himself situated here. We're not really sure what the hell's going on, but yeah. So here we are. I'm sure we're gonna get an explanation. Anyways, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. The Royal Rumble was this weekend. Hitter or quitter? I don't know. We'll talk about it. Beach Break, AEW on Wednesday. Derek thinks it was the greatest show ever, and Tom said, "Meh, it was fine." And then Velveteen Dream has kind of come out and talked a little bit of shit today. So we're gonna get into that, and most importantly, believe it or not, Ryan Alvarez pissed off Tom. And we're going to get right into that right after this.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
Wow, this is still so good.
Yeah, like it's wild. This is our life, Tom. This is our life. Hey, at least he muted his microphone this time.
No, he unmuted it now. I thought I was gonna hear bong bong.
Here, I'm just gonna go ahead and mute it for him then.
There you go.
Because
He'll be back.
he's
Give him a minute.
Look, he's starting to move it right now. Anyways,
he'll be back.
What's going on, bud?
Oh, it's Monday, which means that my work Monday is over, and I don't know if Monday's my worst day of the week, or if it's like just a bunch of other days. But today was actually a pretty good Monday, if I do say so myself. The sun shined all day. Nobody got real pissy with me. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. We're a few days off the sauce. The wife and I were trying to be healthy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean,
What's
maybe forever. I don't know. This is just water.
What's that like?
It's a one day at a time kind of thing. I'd like to fit in my suit for my sister's wedding. That'd be nice. I would, Derek, there's something covering your camera like halfway. I wonder if he knows.
He doesn't.
Okay.
Hey, pal, we can only see like
half of you. He can see, though. He could see that we could see half of him.
Hi, bud.
Why am I censored? Why?
You're not.
What is this? What is this shit?
That's your mic.
Did you get Adobe Creative Cloud today? Is that what happened? Are you fucking with me? I show up 6 minutes late, and I'm black bar over my face.
I mean,
I don't even know why I show up.
I don't even know what you're doing over there, but I'm sure that our viewers appreciate not having to see your ugly fucking schmush.
Well, at least they can see the bottom half of me. That's these lips, they make the money.
So do you want to explain to us why you have a sensor bar on your camera?
Oh fuck, seriously, I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. I got this.
That's the privacy shutter, bud.
No, it's the webcam I don't use is being covered because it's the one that's.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you gotta switch your camera.
Yeah.
Wow, there he is.
There we go.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast, man. Whew.
Fucking technology.
Goodness gracious.
If it ain't between the hours of 7:30 and 4, I don't know shit about it.
Man, that's wild, bro.
It's wild that that's your job. Tech support, everybody.
Yeah.
You wonder why. Why doesn't anything work? Tech support, everybody.
Friend of the show, Pat Mark.
There
Friend
he
of the
is.
show, Pat Martin's in chat, said I saw his bum. So Derek,
Was that the first time, Pat, or
Oh, man.
just like, is this like a recurring thing, or like?
that's definitely. I don't think that's
I
a
hate
recurring
you
thing.
guys.
Hey, so Derek, you missed it. Tom's on the fucking wagon,
Yeah.
pal.
For a little bit, for now.
On the
I,
wagon for
however,
Dry January? Is that what's up?
I am, however, drinking
Wow,
Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA.
I didn't like that much, so not that.
I
Well,
think
for what I paid for it, I didn't like it so much. Had I paid $15 for like or like
Six of them?
no, what it is? Yeah, I mean that would be better.
Jesus.
Like $15. But I mean, I guess there's
How much is this
pounders.
stuff?
It's $15 for a 4-pack of pounders.
Mm.
$14.99 or $15.99. It's a little bit pricey. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a $20 12-pack. Really, I don't feel like it.
Wow.
I mean, it's got his name on it, so I mean, maybe it's like a $22 12-pack, but still.
Listen,
I mean,
pal,
it's-
I'm into it. I think it's good. I think I like it for the reasons that you didn't.
It's not power. It doesn't have enough. It's too.
I like the dusty thing it's got go.
Yeah, but like
like
lots of like.
I like this. This is
Bro,
Crown
you
Royal.
just bought that yesterday.
2 days ago, right?
That was yesterday. Was absolutely yesterday.
It's really good.
Apparently,
I guess
so.
It's great.
I guess I'm gonna have to buy one of those. Hey, so Derek, thank you so
Yeah.
much for fitting us into your schedule, right? I don't know if you're aware,
Yeah.
but not friend of the show, Brian Alvarez pissed Tom off this week.
Well,
Now,
sort of.
It's been a while since this has happened, but here's the best part about it, right? Like he pissed Tom off in like the only way that Tom could be pissed off.
That's true.
I mean, a pissed off Tom is a good
he's-
Tom. I do enjoy a pissed off Tom from time to time.
Yeah.
He says Roman beat Seth Rollins. Match was great. Finish was idiotic. And I'm like, okay, bro. Like I'm gonna disagree with you here, but I really enjoyed the match and the finish. And like before I can like say it, right? Tom's like, oh, fucking Brian Alvarez. Right? And I'm like,
That's exactly what happened.
I'm like,
exactly.
did I miss something here?
Well, it's
And-
not only that; it's the comments. It's the comments in the thread too, because they're immediately like. So, I have a whole planned rant in my head, and we'll start with Brian Alvarez because, for starters, one, he's completely wrong. Like, for all of the like hype he gives everybody else for long-term storytelling and yada 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 and all that, like, I really feel like the callbacks, particularly in this, have been sewn so well between Seth and Roman, because it's like every time they meet, there's a little bit drip, drip, drip. Even last year, every time they talk, they see each other or whatever, there was when Seth was still on SmackDown, there was drip, drip every time. So it's been building and building. And then, this kind of came out of necessity that they needed to throw somebody in. But luckily, they've been dripping this forever and ever, so that this, if this came out of necessity, they could do that. And week after week, promo after promo, this has been getting better. But they've only had three-ish weeks to build this, if that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you remember correctly, I was bitching about the fact that I felt like they were hot shotting this, because this absolutely could have been a WrestleMania angle.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know that it's not, and I'll talk about that sort of at the end of what I have to say here. But so they've been dripping this, and then you were like, they kind of hot shotted it and what have you. But promo after promo after those 3 weeks, I'm like, especially after Seth shows up looking like the Joker and kind of gives a like, you can't beat me. You've never been able to beat me. In fact, it wasn't even you that broke up the Shield. It was me. I put that chair in your back. All that's, and, just as a fan who's watched pretty much the whole thing, right? If you've seen all of that, you know that, like, those were really hot programs. as they came up. And yeah, every time something like that happened, Seth came out on top. And so him just calling back to that and being like, yeah, hot program. Seth Rollins is the winner. Hot program. Seth, you can't beat me. So, and then Roman tried to hit him at the end of it. Like, Roman was like getting pissed. His facials were great. Roman tried to hit him. Seth ducked him, dodged out of the way, and walked up the ramp. Like, and then Seth comes down in the Shield gear with the chest guard on, in the Shield gear.
Bro,
like,
I popped hard for
I
that.
did too. Through the crowd, I'm like, holy crap. And then through the whole match, Seth's like getting his goat, getting Roman's goat every time, laughing in his face, getting his goat every time, just through the whole way. And then at the end, Roman finally gets him. Seth gets to the ropes, right? And this is why I like WWE, is because rules still matter most of the time. Countouts matter, rope breaks matter, things like
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Look, when it doesn't, I'm critical of it. Am I not?
Yes.
If
Look,
it's important.
still, if it was the finish
Hold
of
on,
a match,
shut up,
AEW was gonna. No.
Right. I'm not
I'm just
crapping on
throwing that in
AEW. I'm not crapping on AEW. AEW, they do their own thing. It's different. They just do their own thing. But so gets to the rope. Roman doesn't let go. Why doesn't Roman let go? He's yelling at him. He's mumbling to himself. He's yelling at Seth. He's just choking him. He's got him in that triangle choke. He's just choking him out. He won't let him go. Gets disqualified. Why does he get disqualified? Does he know he can't beat him? Does he know he can't beat Seth Rollins? Does he think if Seth Rollins broke the hold, that was Roman's last? He kicked out of a spear. Can he not beat him?
It was his last shot in the gun, man.
It was his last. Can he not beat Seth Rollins? And he walked away mumbling to himself, dragging his title. What the fuck? What's going on? What? And so to me, that DQ was chef's. I mean, if it was just if it wouldn't have been a choke out and like with the facials and all that, had he just had the Usos run in and kicked him or whatever, I'd probably agreed. Right?
I like the fact that they decided to take a chance here, and they committed to continuing this story for a bigger time and place, right? As opposed to just giving us a definitive clean finish.
Well, and
that is nothing at all of what Tom even just said. He tried to sell us on this idea that there was this drip story over the past however long of a timeline, but then at the same side of its mouth talking about we had this 3-week build-up, and they made the best of it that they could, and they got a lot of shit.
You halfway listen.
No.
You only halfway listen. He's talking about the little drip, all through this 3-week build-up. Talking about
drip in 3 weeks. How does that even make sense?
Because they're dripping it. They're pulling little drips from the past, man, and they've been literally for the last year
building on the future.
Yeah, and literally for the last year, every time Roman and Seth saw each other, there was this sort of like Seth would be sort of a jerk to him, and Roman would kind of him off. But finally, like Seth got into his head, and it was like you could see that was the click of that was the point of the match. That was he got in his head. Now to the second
and commentary
point
did a really good job selling that too, because they really did. There's no Jimmy and Jay Uso, no Paul Heyman here to provide special. They sold that shit. They sold that piece.
I feel like commentary would have really had to have a big part in this to let me know what to be looking for in this type of situation, because I would be confused as to why we're going on this big of a stage after 3 weeks.
All I'm saying is if you're gonna listen. If you're going to take something like this onto the Royal Rumble stage, you're clearly not been watching WWE television for the last fucking 3 weeks.
Because they have
because this story arc made perfect sense.
I think that I don't know that they had to. I think they just went with it because they weren't sure if they were going to have to.
Because it's a built-in story.
And then it was money. It's been money. It's been probably the best segment every week building up to this. And
they hot-shotted this. Yeah,
they did not.
I agree with Walt. No,
it was on 2 different shows for 3. When it had 6 shows worth of build. But anyway, so
they did do that right.
Yeah. So, but the other point is to that that tweet that you had showed earlier is 1, Brian Alvarez is wrong because it was a great finish. 2,
I thought it was a fantastic finich.
2, what happens next in the comments below is WWE giving a DQ finish on a pay-per-view when AEW gives us Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega for 30 minutes on live TV, which was also
Premium live event.
right, premium live event, and so there's a lot of that through the comments of that, and the point I want to make to that is Peacock is
Because people want to
$6.
bitch about anything.
Right? Peacock is now like free TV. TBS and TNT are on basic cable, so you need to pay for at least basic cable, which is more than $5.99 a month.
Yes,
I assure you, it is. It regardless of which state you're in. So free TV is actually much more expensive.
And if we want to be really that deep rooted about it. The most expensive thing that you need to do anything with is the goddamn internet, right?
That's true.
It's like you not miss me with that free TV shit.
You guys have internet?
That's true. Derek doesn't even have internet.
He has a hamster.
Whenever I get on the internet, I hear it's 56K modem. Yeah, it's great. 128 KB. We're going up from 56K. Fuck it.
I'm sorry, Tom. I killed your vibe.
Yeah, I killed the moment there. Sorry.
I mean, the point I'm trying to really make here is that this whole sort of tweet very much summarizes what I feel like is like the pro wrestling media, like their sort of crap about Rachel's home and she's dancing.
Only on One Fall WrestleCast, ladies and gentlemen.
We're live, you know.
I don't give a shit.
Anyway, so the
Balls Mahoney's wife, ladies and
Balls
gentlemen.
Mahoney's wife. So the pro wrestling media there is just the overwhelming bias of like not even the like it's hate WWE regardless of what happens. But at the same time, it's like AEW can receive no criticism, and this is like it's very plainly obvious to see when like something is done well, in this regard, and particularly during the pandemic, if something is done well, it's like if AEW had messed something up, there'd have been excuses and excuses and excuses. With this, it's like there was nothing done wrong. It was great. It was a disqualification finish, and I think they're so focused on not the storytelling. They're so focused on that like set in your ways, like old school, like this is a pay-per-view. This is the Royal Rumble. Every match is supposed to have a distinct finish with a distinct winner and a loser, and titles should change hands and blah, 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 blah. But that's just not the way it is anymore.
Nah, but I will say this though.
Yeah, I really
that opening match at the Royal Rumble, right, between Seth and Roman, gave that event such a big fight feel, right? It was just a shame that it didn't sustain throughout the remainder of the show, because like they started off hot, the crowd was invested, the place was bumping. I don't know if they changed the way they mic'd their crowds for this show, but the crowd was there, and they were there for it. And like I remember like watching that opening match, I'm like, man, it made the Royal Rumble feel fucking like a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because I feel like the Rumbles were sort of the afterthought of the show, or it's like really the matches carried the show, and the Rumbles.
I was gonna say, I think it's more unfortunate that honestly the opening match was the best match of the night at the Rumble.
Yeah,
but far and wide margin.
No, I mean it 100% was the best match of the night. I mean, but to circle back, Tom, like I gotta agree with you, man. It's like I don't know like what we have to do like to make people understand that nothing in life is free, whether you're trying to post it that way or not, right? It's like, while the Peacock Network's $6, right, and we want to talk about free TV, we got to remember at the end of the day, Time Warner is a television company, right?
Yeah,
and they want to bring ratings to their place, right? They want to bring viewers to their network because that's money for them. So of course they're going to put those big marquee matchups on TNT and TBS for people to watch on free TV because they make money because you're there. and
Yeah.
they're very much a television production company. That's to where the WWE has some outsourcing in 2022. The pay-per-view model doesn't exist anymore.
Not for
And
them.
the fact that we're now calling WWE pay-per-views premium live events, it
Yeah,
makes
because they're
sense,
not pay per
right?
view, especially in America. They're not pay
No.
per view. It's like I mean, can you still even buy? I know when the network existed, you could literally still pay $50 for the Royal Rumble
I
if
mean,
you
yeah,
didn't
Yeah.
have the
hold
WWE
it.
I
network.
think that
Network
there's
and,
still
let
some
them
markets in the
you'd like
world
to buy it through your
that's a
satellite
thing.
provider. I'm guessing that'd be the way to do it. Yeah.
I was just wondering. I know it was you could do it, but I don't know that you still can because I remember
That's what I
used
said.
to
I
get,
think in some countries in the world
yeah.
that is still
I'm just
very
talking
much a
about
thing.
America.
No,
Yeah.
I was
America,
talking
no.
about no. Yeah, I didn't think you could either. Because I remember even probably 2018 was really maybe the last time I saw it. Was like I had the network, the WWE network, but at the same time, it's like flipping through my Verizon Fios, they're like, buy the Royal Rumble. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I have it for $10 over here.
I got it already. Why would I pay you
Well, plus you got to think
$39.99?
with Peacock, you're paying a fraction of a penny.
Well, it's because you could also like most people buy Peacock to just watch The Office on loop all day. So
Exactly. And then
Hey, calm down.
and Harry Potter.
But I think that you're not going to catch an argument from Derek nor myself. Like, I just this is one of those things where we talked about it a few weeks ago, right? Whenever WWE with Day One, our very first premium live event, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, they're not calling it a pay-per-view anymore? Blasphemy!" Who cares? Like, you're hanging
Right,
your
legally-
hat on the wrong shit here. I doubt
I
that.
am.
well, man, the Twitterverse is just
No,
made
no,
to
you're not.
be
No.
people get mad at.
No, Tom, you're not hanging your hat. I'm talking about.
Derek. Yeah, it's the same
Well,
thing because
why
you
are
have
you
to
so
like
yellow?
nudge the other way. But you're kind of yellow. But so it's yeah. I just think that it's it sort of goes to show that like nobody understands. Everybody's stuck in the past. Everybody's stuck in their ways, and when there's something good, it's good TV regardless of it was a DQ. We can't. It's like there's these like list of like unspoken rules, right? And it's like whenever somebody breaks the unspoken rule, even if it's good television, it's like, oh, that was idiotic. It wasn't idiotic. It made all the sense in the world. Maybe you're just an idiot and you didn't notice that it made all the sense in the world. I don't know. You're following these strict set of rules, and they just put on a good TV show. But that's neither here nor there. So what else are we talking about today?
So apparently today, right? Velveteen Dream was kind of out here living his best life, talking about the fallout of his WWE career and how
love the
all of the
Dream.
nonsense. I miss this guy, right? Like,
I was
it's
in for some Dream whenever I was, whenever he was
I
still
was
around.
I was high on the Dream. I thought
Hell
the Dream
yeah.
was,
yeah,
I thought
absolutely.
The Dream was fantastic.
I
Especially
mean,
when he
he
started
definitely had
referring to
main
himself
roster
as the
written all over
Dream.
him.
I mean, you know what the best thing is for him though? He never got ruined by Vince.
That's true.
That is true. That is true. But instead he got ruined by some kid named Joshua Fuller with the
that's
hashtag
true.
Fire Velveteen Dream nonsense, because Fuller's the one that accused him of this grooming and
Finger pointed.
sexual misconduct, right?
Of course.
And that essentially ended Dream's career. And we talked about that when this happened. What was it? A year and a half, 2 years ago? 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
But
it's been a long time.
Dream has finally talked about it, and he was on this show yesterday. It's called Dishing Drama with Dana Wilkie. I'm assuming it's a podcast of some sort. And they're talking about, the accusations around, his exit. And he said, hey, man, this shit cost me my career. Like, the WWE did their own investigation and found out that there was no foul play. Like I wasn't in the wrong with anything. But every time they tried to put me on TV in a high profile thing, what?
I don't know what.
Something happened? Derek, what
I'm just
downtown? Like,
Thank you. Thank you. It makes me laugh. Proceed.
this fucking guy.
Derek.
He just it's like the whole thing with his downtown text message over here.
Derek, I'm gonna send you to Pine Town.
The Pound Town.
Okay.
Pine Town.
It's Pat friend of the show, Pat Martin.
Thank you, Pat.
With his downtown. Listen, anyways,
Downtown.
so Dream's like kind of pissed off. It seems he's got a little sour grapes here, and I think he's got a case.
Oh, for sure.
You know, because like they never found anything, but it seems like every time that he got put into, into a program and he was on TV, hashtag Fire Velveteen Dream trended, and then like he goes on to talk about you remember the one episode of the Thunderdome when the dude put the sign up that was hashtag Fire Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
And he was a little salty about that one too. And he said, at the end of the day, they told me that like me being a part of their product was costing them money to the bottom line, so I had to go.
Well, I guarantee that's the case. But you know what? There should have been
unfortunate.
a statement put out on his behalf much earlier than this to at least salvage something, because obviously he was cleared of all charges. He wasn't brought before any sort of judicial system. He didn't do anything wrong. So why can't he continue his career? This is like, dude.
I mean, I would absolutely love to see him back on the big show, right? Like,
I would gladly watch him. You don't got to go to WWE. Go to GCW. Do something.
Yeah, I mean, gotta do something, right, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, for me, for my money, I feel like Velveteen Dream. He was the next big thing, right? He was big. He was tall. He was good. He was great at selling. Man, the guy could talk. The gimmick was over as all hell.
He had charisma off the charts.
Yeah, I mean, he was a once in a generation kind of character guy, and now here we are, 2 years removed, and it's like, oh yeah, some guy just wanted to get him fired, and that's what happened. And now the once in a generation charismatic potential. I'm not gonna say he could have been as great as The Rock. I don't know that that's necessarily like a fair thing to say about him, but like a guy that could have
very much been the first Velveteen Dream, though.
He could have been the first, but yeah, exactly. And
that's
and
great
here we are. I feel like if anybody was he got cheated out of his career. We got cheated out of seeing him. So it's I mean, they took him out in his prime. The dude was at the top of NXT, working in the middle of like the best that NXT ever was when he was doing his best work. So it's now like they cut him out, like it all went to hell after that. But what could have been is what we missed out on, really, as the fans. I feel like is really that's really the big thing.
It's a selfish way to look at it.
Yeah, no, I'm selfish. That's how it works.
And then maybe, who knows? Maybe we wouldn't be stuck with NXT 2.0, and
maybe not.
Pat seems to agree with us here on that.
It's I don't know that it sucks, but it is so hit and miss. Like, there are segments that are good, and there are segments that are just like, oh my god, I'd rather peel potatoes than watch this. Like, it's so like, I don't watch it anymore. I just watch the highlights, and I'm like, I'm interested in that. Oh, not interested in that. I'm interested in that. Basically, whatever Mandy Rose is doing, I'm interested in that. What she's doing.
I mean, she's absolutely.
I was going to say that's a couple too many interested in. Yeah, there's only one segment to watch for.
Yeah. Well, no, I think Braun Breaker's good. Ciampa's good. When Ciampa's back,
I don't care about Braun Breaker at this point, man. He's going to get pushed to the moon.
Him.
I know.
I like him. I think he's good. Von Wagner, they stuck him with friggin' what's his face? Robert Stone. And people are like, oh, this is such a great pairing. I'm like, didn't Robert Stone piss himself? Like, what?
If I could see Robert Stone get something over, then I yeah. Otherwise, like if I'm backstage, you're going to Robert
everybody
Stone brand.
hasn't?
Oh,
Oh no, that's like what happens right before you get fired. It's like
yeah, yeah.
it's Chelsea Green.
I mean, unless your name's Aaliyah, because she's
I don't know. I was
now-
going to
Jesse
say,
Burnett.
yeah. Aaliyah sat in there though for like a good 4 or 5 years and finally got elevated.
Yeah,
that took some commitment.
Yeah, just
And
Aaliyah,
she still wasn't good. She just, she's got.
yeah.
she
But
looks-
it's like Robert Stone brand is where you go to get fired. So
That's where your career goes to die.
yeah,
And
pretty
just
much.
think, this guy was the first NXT 2.0 person to appear on a main roster show, and now he's just like, ooh, I don't know if this is where I'm gonna be next year.
Yeah, I don't know about any of that. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll find out. I have high hopes for him. He's a big fella, and he can kind of wrestle. He can't talk for shit, but he can kind of wrestle. He's a bit devoid of charisma.
Every time he's on TV, Derek sends me a text message. Von Wagner's tights are terrible.
They are pretty bad. They're really bad. They're like see-through on the side.
But they're not though. Like right, like you think that that's the overstitching, right? Because Derek thinks the same thing. He thinks they're see-through and they look like, like a pair of women's leggings or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what they look.
But it's patchwork on there, and it's just really, really bad.
Well, that's even worse. Then it's even worse.
Yeah.
It's patchwork.
You should have
that
taken out
looks
a loan to get your clothes if that's what
seriously, get better pants.
you
Get
need. Your
better
gear sucks
pants.
ass.
But seriously,
They should-
every
they
single
should
time
put
he's on TV,
Von Wagner on his butt. Just put it on his butt.
No,
That'd be
no.
good. No, write juicy maybe. Just write juicy on his butt. That'd be good. too.
Low card. It's not even the mid card.
Ooh,
Mid Cardona.
Mid Cardona. Hey, he beat up
Mid Cardona has made a name for himself now.
He beat up Kyle O'Reilly. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm here.
Oh,
That's
for
what he
it, pal.
does.
Bex is out with the mic.
I'm here for it.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
she was on Broken Skull Sessions. Did anybody indulge?
I know that she was on. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I
Oh,
haven't
my
watched the whole thing yet.
What
Yeah, I
a
actually
fan-
did watch about the first 10 minutes and then
What a
I had to go to bed.
fantastic hour and a half interview between
I'm
her
an-
and Steve Austin.
I'm an
No.
old man. I have to go to bed. But yeah, it was.
dude, it doesn't
Listen,
even matter because Walt is Paul
Derek,
Heyman
I'm not even
when it
listen,
comes
I'm,
to Becky Lynch. So
I'm
you know,
not-
He'll,
I'm
he'll
not
show
even-
for a fucking $1.
I'm not even Marky lynching you right now, but
All right,
like,
Jimmy Walt.
it was fantastic hour and a half interview between her and Stone
I
Cold.
got Tom. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. and listen, you can say whatever you want to say about my love for Big Time Becks, okay? She's earned every single second of my admiration.
We'll tell her to
Okay.
stop using her husband's gimmick because she looks like a fucking dumbass.
Well, if you're
she looks
being
great.
she does look great.
She looks great. It's a good. Her jet. She's wearing a gold
Literally, they're the
studded-
same thing in my opinion.
She's
Her
probably
and
wearing
Seth.
his. It might be her jacket. No, Seth laughs a lot. Becky gets mad. It's different.
Listen,
And Seth,
just watch
Seth
it.
does this. Yeah, it's way different.
Her storytelling about like her life and stuff, man, it was awesome. Like seriously, take the time to watch it. Their little Dick Derek. I promise.
I've seen bits and pieces of, but I've seen Becky Lynch interviews before, so a lot of it's like very much there. At least a lot of what I saw was like
Stone
sort of
Cold
rehash.
asks the hard hitting questions.
Like about Toast. He asked
No,
her
he-
about
he-
Toast.
He asked her about the fallout with her and Charlotte.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I haven't seen that yet. I know that he asked, but I didn't see her full response to it. And that's
Is it
Her-
honest, even
her-
though it's on the?
Yeah, oh, it was honest. And you know what? Big ups to her. I'm not gonna. I respected her viewpoint on it. I really did, and I hope that works out for her.
yeah, whatever that is too. But
I mean, she's working you, so that worked out. She's doing good.
I mean, at least a successful, beautiful, independent woman, okay, is working me because You're worked over by a dude that puts his hands in his pockets. Okay. And quite
There's a
honestly,
couple other guys I like more, but yeah. I get
okay,
where you're
quite
going with this.
honestly, he had the stinker of the night, if I'm being honest.
I mean, it was.
I tell you what.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Between the two, though, I do prefer some Adam Cole if I had to pick one between the two. So if you could get that right for next episode, that'd be appreciated. I mean, I threw up in his shirt at a WWE live event.
Yes,
Near a child.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And then
Wait, what?
And then the mother asked me if you were okay. Thanks, bud.
Oh, so it was just near a child. It wasn't on a child.
Yeah. So
no, he was literally sitting beside me.
So he was sitting beside me. So we were on the steps. Okay, at Console Energy Center at the time.
Wait, was it Derek's shirt, or was he sitting? Were you guys sitting next to like Adam Cole? Also,
okay,
he threw up into Adam Cole.
Can I tell a story? Let's set the stage.
Please do.
Okay.
Yeah, please
so
do.
we had a little pregame meeting, at the spot, Tom. We hit the spot. And we drank a little too much, and then one of us operated a motor vehicle into downtown Pittsburgh. Jesus. I won't get into specifics on who operated said motor vehicle, liability issues.
Sure.
And so we get into Console Energy Center, as it were. And little Dick Derrick says, "Oh, we need some double shots of Crown Apple." I was like, yeah, we don't need that at all. Like, not even a little bit. And he's like, "You're right. We need it this much." And then next thing I know, we're taking double shots of Crown Apple and pounding a 16-ounce Miller Lite or some shit. And we go to our seats.
Cheapish.
Whatever was $7. Give me something that's $7.
Missed the start of the show, which was Becky Lynch and Natalya. I only remember that because I was so mad that we missed Becky. So we're sitting there, and got this little kid next to me. Okay, full Rey Mysterio. He's got the T-shirt, the mask, the little. So we've had two wife trollings this evening. So long story short, Derek threw up all over himself, and this little kid went, "Mommy, that man threw up on himself."
She's back.
So now we've had 3 wife trollings.
Well, 2 of them were just my wife.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean,
are you trolling the pod? Trolling the pod over here.
At least it interrupted my horrible story.
Anyway, so
Derek threw up on himself, and a little kid and his mom were like, "You need to take care of your buddy."
So, but how's the Adam Cole shirt work into this? Was it
because he was wearing an Adam Cole T-shirt?
Okay. All
Actually,
right.
it was the OG Undisputed Era T-shirt.
Okay.
3 names on the back, not 4.
Cole, O'Reilly, and Fish.
Yep.
Oh, funny how things come back around like that.
Sure
so,
are.
Speaking of bacon, speaking of Beach Break, Derek, you had said, and I'm going to rag on you for a little bit for this. You had said that, oh no, Beach Break was better than the Rumble. I can't disagree with you more. Because while I will tell you that the ladder match between Cody and Sammy was pretty good. It wasn't the best ladder match I ever saw in my life, but it was pretty good. They had some good spots. I felt like they kept some
great spots.
It was
that cutter was wild.
That cutter was wild. That cutter was the spot of the week. But they kept all they did was set up spots. There was really no storytelling within the match. It was like, all right, I'm gonna set up this spot. Oh my god, did you see that? Oh my god. And then it was like, all right, somebody pop up, time for the next spot. Let's set this up. Oh my god, it was just that over and over and over again. Which, you know what? That's what a Cody match is. And you know what? A lot of those spots were really, really good. So I'm not going to say that I wasn't entertained, because I was entertained. Like I said, it wasn't my favorite match of the week. Wasn't wasn't the greatest match ever, but it was good and it was worth watching. So if you haven't watched it, I would suggest watching it because so good. However, after that,
did you see Cody trolling everybody on Saturday night with the story on Instagram of a flyover of St. Louis?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah. Cody's wasn't in the Rumble though, and that was we could talk about that later because nobody was really in the Rumble.
Nobody that teased being in the Rumble was in the Rumble.
Nobody. There wasn't even any NXT guys.
Yeah, don't even go with your Bray Wyatt shit and be like, oh well, yeah, nobody did.
There weren't even any NXT guys.
Mhm.
But so anyway, the rest of that pay-per-view the rest of that like special TBS live event is what we're gonna call that one was. I mean, it was bad. I mean, Wardlow killed 2 jobbers. That was pretty cool. I liked the storytelling in the 3-on-3 match, but it was more of a segment than it was a match. It was an awful match, but it was an okay segment because
there's no problem with that though.
Yeah, I mean, it was an awful match though. But
they got the job done.
But then they hyped
the story.
Yeah, it advanced, which is fine. It didn't take too long.
Oh yeah, I agree with that asshole. Yeah.
Man, that was the worst. There was then the worst Layla Hirsch match I've ever seen in my life, and I think legit Layla Hirsch is good.
I mean, have you seen a good one?
Yeah, I think Layla Hirsch is good.
Well, that makes one of us.
Red Velvet's terrible though. She's especially bad.
Layla Hirsch doesn't help though.
No,
she's a little ball of shitty.
I don't see. I don't feel like she's that bad, but maybe I need to watch. Maybe I need to be more objective when I watch her because my first impression of her was very good. So maybe I'm like rooting for legit Layla Hirsch. But I
think what it is she's got that chain on her neck and she's got you sold with it. You're mesmerized, apparently.
Maybe, but like this one was a stinker. So that stunk. And then it's at some point we get to the main event, and. I mean, these lights out, non-sanctioned matches. I get them. They do.
What is that like the 4th one AEW's had?
It is, but it's like it's just so that they don't have to count it towards their win-loss record. That's really all it is.
Exactly.
And,
it's actually the 3rd.
This was less violent than these normally are, but I'm okay with that.
What they want.
I'm okay with that. The best part of it, however, was Danhausen. He had the Hornswoggle spot. Where he was attached to the chair. Pull him out. Danhausen popped out. I was like...
Yeah, okay. So I've done actually a lot of research on Danhausen and watched a lot of his videos, his vlogs, and all that goodness and his matches here this past week since he debuted on AEW. And obviously he's been signed officially and he is all elite. But
very evil, very elite, yes.
Yeah, I'm not sold yet, man. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna sit here and shit on him, but I'm not ready to give all the praise to him.
So I don't know how this is gonna go. Not to get off topic, I don't know how well it's gonna go. Like it could be because I mean it's really silly. Like it's maybe too silly for AEW to be on television. Like it really. You remember when MJF picked up the guy without legs and chucked him out of the ring? It's kind of almost on that level of silly. Like I'm very interested in seeing who he puts that jar of teeth, who he puts teeth into whose mouth and kicks. I'm really. I don't think he's cleared to wrestle yet, so I think we're just gonna see him pop up here and there because I think he's still rehabbing that leg that was broken. But I'm very interested to see him just pop in on commentary. Say a few
Twitter
things.
Was great because like. MJF posted something and was like this little weirdo or some shit like that. And then Brody King was like, oh no, he followed me here.
No, he followed me.
So I mean, there were some good Twitter reactions.
It seems like it's going to be interesting. People were pretty pumped about it, but I think you'll see him on Dark is where you're going to be able to find
I don't think you're going to see him wrestle much on, and it probably, truthfully, rightfully so. I don't want to see like I'll tell you his gimmick is over. I think the gimmick's hilarious. I think it's great, but he's very much a funny Gangrel or something like he's not or a Val Venus. Although Val Venus was actually a pretty good Intercontinental Champion, so maybe somebody less than that. The Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, remember them? Okay, he's that.
The Flying Nuns?
No, they were terrible.
Yes. No, they were great.
What?
They were great.
Fantastic.
Their gimmick was so stupid. It was so
they were over like Rover, pal.
They were so.
I wasn't
that
into
was so good
back in the day. No.
Oh,
that's
man,
fine. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say they were terrible. I'm not going to argue this point with y'all.
They showed up in
skirts.
It just
wasn't my. Yeah. They were good.
It was great. it made people uncomfortable, especially
It
the
was the
period
punk
of time
scene.
when
I'm not into that.
it was so good. But no, that's what I think is going to happen with Danhausen. But as far as that, man, I mean, Beach Break was a shit break. It was not good. Like that.
And
that
here's my question: how do you have a beach break in January
in Columbus, Ohio,
in
or Cleveland, Ohio? They were in
in
Cleveland.
fucking Cleveland, Ohio?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The city definitely confused me. Other than that, though, it's obviously half beach season, and that's what was going on there. We're kind of just getting excited for the upcoming beach season.
Oh, is that what we
So-
are?
Yeah, the location
Yep.
makes absolutely no sense. I guess you're halfway through your road trip to get to the beach on the East Coast. That's the only thing I could think.
That's backwards for us, pal. Okay.
Yeah,
All-
Yeah, it would be for
actually-
us. It would be for us.
No, all three of us.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
backwards.
absolutely. But I was just saying, more than
Like
50%
hours
of the
backwards
East Coast
for us.
population. Yeah, it would kind of suck. It'd be like 5 hours.
So your logic makes zero sense.
He's trying.
I'm
He's
not
grasping
thinking
at
of just for us. I'm trying to think for the 50. If we cut the
And
United
to
States in half.
Be fair, Ohio.
Look at Tom. He's
Cleveland,
so fidgety. He just hates what I'm saying.
kind of considered the Midwest. So like, your logic just really doesn't work. So now you're dumb in two languages.
What? Okay. Anyway, so Wednesday night was terrible, but you know what was a good hour of television? Friday Night Rampage.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
If they'd have taken out an hour of that like beach break bullcrap on Wednesday and replaced that entire hour of Rampage with an hour of beach break would have been the best show of the week, but it was not. That being said, this wasn't my favorite Rumble.
Derek,
Truth be told.
Derek, what's wrong?
Dude, Tom doesn't understand how TV works and the fact that you have to have an audience on both nights. You can't blow your load on a Wednesday and then be like, check out Red Velvet and Layla Hirsch over here on Friday, guys. It's going to be great.
So what
Yeah,
you're
no,
saying
you gotta-
is
They
Their-
sandwiched. Hold
their
on. They
penis was
sandwiched
limp.
Wednesday in between
Limp
two
weenie.
great matches.
Limp Weenie
And
Wednesday.
in the middle, they gave you an MJF and CM Punk promo with a Shawn Spears match with CM Punk. You're gonna get MJF in Chicago, and now, why is this so hard for you guys to get through your skulls? You fucking
Limp
WWE
Weenie
marks.
Wednesday. Because it was Limp Weenie
Jeez,
Wednesday.
Liz.
It was Limp
I'm
Weenie
not
Wednesday.
a WWE mark, pal. I'm a good wrestling mark.
I'm about
Tom
to
is
crap
the
on lots of
biggest
stuff.
WWE mark I've ever.
I'm
encountered.
about to crap on WWE here in a minute.
He's about to shit all over a fucking.
You're gonna
pillar.
politely
Yo, pal.
do it, and it's not really gonna mean anything. You're gonna be like, it was really bad, but over here it was okay.
No,
So-
I'm not. You don't
So
know
the
what I'm gonna
Royal
say.
Rumble,
They
the Royal
weren't
Rumble.
catering.
the Royal Rumble was a subpar Royal Rumble. Like
Was it ever?
they started it out really, really strong, right? With Seth and Revan, and we already talked about that at length. But like I touched on it then, they really made me feel like the Rumble was a big fucking deal, and I was into it. And then they hit us with the Women's Rumble, fucking right off the rip, and I'm like, oh, I'm in it. And then 1 through 10 was like, it was a good pace, everything made sense. There was a little bit of fuckery.
Hey,
right?
that was
And then
Kelly
it just
Kelly.
went,
Did you guys pick up on that?
Yeah, well, only because they announced who it was. Like, I watched with the sound
that
on.
was-
So
Woo!
I had no. She didn't look. She looked totally different. I
I
said to
thought
my
Dana
buddy.
Brooke looked different too.
Yeah.
She
Well,
does
I said.
every week. I feel like.
Yeah, Dana Brooke kind of always like looks a little depending on who does her makeup or how it's done. It's like every week she kind of looks a little different. But Kelly looked like a different. Like she had a different face on. Like
It
that
was
was
bad.
not. It was. I don't think it was bad. It just didn't. They said it was Kelly. I'm like, I don't look like Kelly. I don't.
I mean,
believe
if
you.
we're comparing the original Kelly, I don't need this.
What are you saying? They're
new
different
type.
people? Is this like the original Undertaker and the Underfaker? Is this...
Yeah, basically, like that's what I feel like I got whenever I got Kelly in the Royal Rumble. Was the Kelly Faker? It was really awkward and weird, and there's absolutely zero chance I would recognize who that was. Congrats to your surgeon, because obviously he is now very rich. But your face
you
is
can't say that
fucked
shit.
up. Why?
We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, they're gonna cancel us. You're being mean
We didn't get
to
canceled
Kelly.
yet?
Anyway, so Kelly looks different. I'll tell you what blew the wind out of my sails though. Although people kept telling me it was happening, I was like, nah, it's not gonna happen. They'd have announced this. It's too big of a deal. When they were like, no, Ronda Rousey's gonna win the Royal. I'm like, Ronda Rousey ain't coming back. What the? There ain't gonna be no Ronda. Ronda Rousey wanders out at what, 29? Yeah. What'd she wander out at, 29 or something?
She was actually, I think, 22, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was like she was 18 to 22 for sure.
Was she that far? I feel like it was way deeper than that. But anyway, so what the fuck is going on?
It's me. As
Okay.
Shocker.
We're stunned. Technical
Mute me real
difficulties
quick.
coming from Derek's house. He's picking up trucker radios. So, but like when she wandered out, I was like, oh, well, there she is. There she is.
There she is.
That's the WrestleMania main event. Nobody's going to win now. It's just her. Because truth be told, after Friday, I had Shayna Baszler as winning it. Because I was like, oh, it's going to be Shayna. Like, she's making promises.
And she was number 30.
She was number 30. Like, it's going to be Shayna. Like, that only makes sense, right? Finally, let's give Shayna Baszler her due, right? We could build it for the next couple months. It's going to be fantastic. And now, unfortunately, they had a fun little moment of passing where they're like, "Hey, friend," and they just went to like killing other separate killings.
And then they tried to kill. They tried to kill one another, but like it never really got to.
Yeah, they never really got to each other. I can't remember who. Charlotte knocked out Shayna.
Can I bring something up though? I feel that like needs to be brought up. Her pop was out of this world.
Who, Ronda's?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Look, I get why they did it. It just made me really sad because it made it a.
Yeah, it kind of just sucked the air out because she was deep. She was deep enough, but not all the way deep that like you were able to be like, oh, who's gonna win this thing? And then Ronda comes out at like 25 or 26, some shit like that. Right now, like she came out, like I said, it was like 18 to 22. I'm sure.
No, Ronda was 28.
No.
Yeah, 28. I just looked it up. It was Ronda, then Shotzi, then Shayna. That was her last three. So yeah, pulled all the wind out of the sails because 28? She was like 28. Yeah, I was right. 28.
No.
Yeah, buddy. 28. 28.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Derek. Hey.
Yeah.
Wake up.
I'm good.
I have a better chair than they do on the Kevin Owens.
I'm just waiting until the Ronda Rousey talk is over. That's all.
What could you possibly have bad to say about Ronda Rousey?
It's a waste of time in the WWE, fellas. It's fucking stupid. You're a UFC fighter, and you want me to suspend disbelief for a few hours a week to give you just the chance to entertain me, and you're telling me this chick can't knock somebody the fuck out and make them bleed? It doesn't.
Well, that's what she does.
Sense. No. Why is Charlotte then still champion? Where have you been? It took you 3 years. No.
She's doing. She was making a baby. She was making a baby with her husband. That baby's going to be the most dangerous baby on the planet. It is the most dangerous baby on the planet.
Stupid, man. She's come from whatever sort of UFC record.
That baby could armbar you right now and act like she's actually going to compete
with these people.
That baby
it doesn't make sense. Like
what people?
But I see where you're going with this. The WWE Women's Roster. It's a complete.
What do you mean, you people?
Want me to suspend disbelief? It's a complete different world we're living in here. That doesn't even make sense.
There's going to be a man that's going to put teeth in your mouth and kick them out.
I hope he doesn't.
It's not illegal. And it's not illegal to have teeth in your mouth. It doesn't. The rule book doesn't say that it has to be your teeth.
I did watch that video. Yes,
It's
he
hilarious.
does. Yeah, he explains it. Yeah.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite explanation of any gimmick. But yeah, no, she for me she sucked the wind right out of the sails.
Absolutely.
Also, on top of that, no Asuka. Maybe she's not ready to come back yet, but still, no Asuka, no Bailey, no Alexa. All kinds of women from the Ruthless Aggression era who, I mean, I didn't watch Ruthless Aggression, so maybe that's on me, but like, who cares?
Yeah.
And they're
Lita
obviously like never going to win. There's 0 point for
Right.
them to be there. Other than
Right,
to be
yeah, they were
fillers,
like-
so we know
yeah,
this.
and there were 15. There were a lot of them
Yeah,
too. It wasn't
exactly.
like there were, yeah, it was 11 of them. There were a lot. Yeah, it wasn't like Mickey James was about to win the goddamn Royal Rumble, right?
Fuck no.
It wasn't
Listen.
about.
Listen. My girl got paid, okay?
She
And then she got dumped over the top rope in a trash bag, just like her fucking ring gear. Show me what's in the bag, Mickey. Okay? If you want me to feel sorry for you, show me what's in the fucking bag.
You
Well, she
can't
couldn't.
go cry to Twitter and then actually come back to the fucking company to get a paycheck. That makes zero
Hey.
sense.
Fuck that.
So what we're saying is we don't feel bad about we don't feel bad
No.
to Mickey James
But
anymore.
I'm going to tell you what, though, if we're being honest, they did right by her.
by letting her come out to Hardcore Country.
And they brought her out with the Impact
She had to come out with the
Championship.
and
made
they
a big
announced
deal
it.
about it. And
Yeah.
then
They dumped her.
they let her get eliminated by Lita. The
did
only
let her.
person that made sense.
Does make sense. Although Lita looks like she's lost a few steps. Truth be told,
Yes.
she did not look very crisp.
No.
If I'm being honest, Lita used to be phenomenal, and she looks like she maybe hasn't done this since the last time she did this. On
So
TV.
basically, you're saying she couldn't take a bump that was passable in a high school gym?
No, I don't think she did. I mean, not on Saturday she didn't, but I bet if she had a few tries, she probably could. I mean, might get the old juices flowing, but it didn't look like she'd had any good prep there. No Trish.
I hear you
either.
there.
No Trish either. So I mean,
that one doesn't really surprise me.
no, it didn't really surprise me either. But at the same time, it was like, there was a lot that we didn't get that I wanted, particularly either Bailey or Asuka, and
I'd
neither.
like Pat Bailey back.
Yeah, and getting neither of them, but getting Ronda Rousey at number 28 and just like sucking all of the life. Because could you imagine if Bailey came out at 28 instead? I'd have been much more excited for that. Maybe
Yeah.
that's just me. But yeah, so it was it blew the wind out of my sails. But it was the better Rumble match
It was
By-
the better Rumble match.
by a lot, actually.
By far.
Yeah. And so I come to learn today, as we were kind of going back and forth about the Rumble. It was really disorganized chaos behind the men's Rumble match. Apparently, it had been rewritten several times throughout the day, and like right before the match went out, they were like, "Okay, this is what we're doing." And that's why it felt so disconnected, and it was really, really terrible.
It felt like a shoot almost. It was like almost like, all right, here's your number. Go make
Well,
something
it kind
happen.
of seemed like, thanks to anonymous sources, it kind of came across as a comedy of errors. I mean, you've got the Kofi Kingston incident.
Yeah.
You've got the Melina incident.
Well,
There
that
was
was
just
before.
so many
Melina.
things. No, I'm just saying the whole evening in general. There was just so many things that was like, oh, this is just not going to be the night. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Rumble. I myself, Money in the Bank, I can't wait. But I've seen much, much better. And there was nothing that really compelled me to be like, this is a great match. I would have paid $50 for this match. Instead, I'm kind of pissed off that I paid $4.99. Plus, I had to put tax on it. That's
It's
$6.
It's $5.99 plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
here you go.
Is it?
Anyway,
I don't know.
It is. It's
I do the
$5.99.
commercial free one because Walt yelled at me one night.
So it's $9.99 then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
well,
paying
if you don't want
$10
commercials. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
paying $10 whole dollars then.
I was trying to be
Well-
cheap, and then he was like, I give you fucking Netflix. You gotta give me the commercial free one. This bullshit.
Motherfucker, you were bitching just as much as I was. I don't even want to hear it. We had this conversation for a week straight.
This shit's working
Then he
out
was
well for me. Netflix is about to get another price hike. I'm over here just paying $10.
Anyway, so and then there was a long lull between the first Rumble and the second Rumble. It was a long.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
And like the grit couple versus the it couple, like it was a good match for what
I
it
love
was.
that. I love
You know
that.
what I mean? And it's like, okay, you know, we get that it's here, but that was in between the two matches, right? Like, and then like Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, like it was dope. Like they beat shit out of each other, and it was
It
fun
was
to
all
watch them.
stuff that was predictable, though. I knew how both of
And
those
it
matches were going
was.
to end before they
Yeah.
ever started.
I didn't see Roman interfering.
Yeah,
with
I
that.
didn't either.
I didn't.
No, that's
I
not
didn't-
what we were bringing up.
I
Though.
didn't
You were talking about Bobby Lashley and Brock, and
Yeah,
and
that's what
Miz and-
happened. Was Roman interfered.
Roman
He had
and
a
Oh,
Bobby
oh,
and
I'm
Brock.
sorry. I thought you were talking about Roman disqualification. Excuse me.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Bobby. I didn't see that happening
No.
either, and nor did I see Paul Heyman walking away with him. That to me was like that.
Really?
That actually kind of blew my mind. Yeah, no, that blew my mind.
Like you think that like him going back to Roman would have been pushed off another week or two? Like I don't know.
I don't
like,
know.
because
I didn't know that he was going to go back to Roman.
Bro,
I didn't know.
they're
that-
still wearing those bloodline T-shirts on
Yeah,
Heyman's butt.
I
Like
guess
if
they
Paul
are.
Heyman's
Yeah.
in it, come on, man. That kind of slick detail.
It's
not
bullshit
getting
that they
past the
didn't
old man.
ride that for a minute. Make new T-shirts. You know, ride this for a good 6-8 weeks till we get to the next pay-per-view. It's not like you do them quarterly. You do them monthly. So go another month with it. Get a new T-shirt out there. Make another couple dollars.
Oh yeah, fuck
Oh,
Reissue
what?
the tissues. The oh wait, you know who else wasn't in the Rumble? Because there he is now, Veer. Veer said he was going to be in the Rumble, and Veer wasn't in the Rumble.
It's because they put Brock Lesnar in a Rumble.
Oh right, but there was Veer. There was
I was
no
surprised Shane didn't come out twice.
Veer. Yeah, Shane was in the Rumble for God's
I guess he was one of the producers, right?
Yeah, he's getting shit on online all night right now. It's bad.
They just
Well,
They just put up the Veer Bahan coming to Raw. How long has Veer been coming to Raw?
Since he like disappeared from Skanky.
It's been like 8 months. He's got Veer's coming to Raw for 8 months. What's he been doing? Just hanging out and catering?
Yeah,
Eight
probably.
Yeah.
Because
He's gotta
coming.
eat.
on the pro.
He's got to eat. He comes to shows
So-
up every night.
What y'all
Like,
think
yo, we
about
got a
this?
bunch of expired chickens coming up. You got to come in here and eat something real quick.
Yeah.
What y'all think about Brock Lesnar winning this thing?
I mean, I think it was the means of the end, but I really think that this really made on top of Ronda Rousey also winning the Women's Rumble really turned the Royal Rumble into something not special. It took what usually is special and made it very it made it very storyline. These Royal Rumbles could have just as easily been on a Monday Night Raw. It made them particularly not special. Because these are main event players. Like Brock was a champion walking into tonight. And it's like, oh, well, I lost my one championship because of Roman Reigns, so I'm just going to go and get a title opportunity to fight him at the Royal Rumble instead so that I can fuck off for a little while and show up once a week. And it just, no, it's bad. It's like, to me, it really cheats and cheapens everything that the Royal Rumble really is and has always been for me. And maybe that's my fault, you know? Maybe my expectations are too high for the Rumble.
It's not your fault at all. It's not.
But that's the problem. Is that my expectations for the Rumble is that somebody's
I'd rather
come
had
in,
Johnny Knoxville win this thing than fucking Brock Lesnar win this thing the way this went
would have been
down.
better than when
Shit
Vince
like that
McMahon
makes me sad to be a fan.
would have been better than when Vince McMahon won. But truth be told, like it was, up until about halfway through. Also, did anybody notice that like the Royal Rumble started at like 10 minutes after 10 or 10 minutes after 11? It takes 45 minutes. No, it takes 45 minutes to walk everybody out there. They had 50 minutes left in the pay-per-view. Most Royal Rumbles last like an hour and 5, hour and 10. This one only had 50 minutes before they were going to cut the show. And so they didn't hustle anybody out there. Everybody got the 90-second intervals. But at the same time, like the Rumble, like once Brock Lesnar showed up, he dumped everybody. He and Drew looked at each other for a minute, and he dumped Drew, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it was like, what?
Well, I think the big thing we need to look at here, fellas, coming out of the Royal Rumble, since 2015, WrestleMania has had either Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch in the main event. Same with Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. It was coming this entire time. It was obvious. They can only push the same people over and over. It sucks. We came out with the most predictable pay-per-view you could imagine in this whole scenario. And then on paid television, we're over here on Wednesday night getting a hell of a ladder match, and your boy fucking Vampire Face.
Very elite, very evil.
Oh man, I felt like that was a roundabout way to get there.
Tom, we lost him, bud.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone. Anyway, so what else? We have any other topics? Rumble was a disappointment. Both Royal Rumble matches were a disappointment. I'm disappointed that I now have to wait another year because the other match that I really like, the Elimination Chamber, is a blood money match now. So I'm a little disappointed in the January, February, which is normally my time of year for these gimmick matches, and I'm now not getting either one in a way that would be suitable to me. I much preferred the year of Kofi Mania because that Rumble was fantastic.
Yeah,
and that Elimination Chamber was fantastic, and Daniel Bryan was the champion at that point with the green belt. Oh, that was so good. God, that was such a good. It was a great time to be a WWE fan. I'm missing that because this feels like corporate sellout bullcrap. It's like this is.
You'd have it on Wednesday if you'd watch it.
This is like I watch it. I watch everything, Derek. I watch everything live. You're acting like I don't watch it. I watch it live. Do you watch it live? Do you watch Rampage live? I watch all the shows live, man. Don't give me that I don't watch it. I'm watching it. It stunk on Wednesday, okay? It was great on Friday, but it stunk on Wednesday.
Bryan Danielson made it decent, and you're sitting here talking shit about him.
He wasn't there on Wednesday. He wasn't there.
He was there on Friday.
Yeah, he looked at Jon Moxley. I said Friday was good. What, are you drunk?
Yeah, he is.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so, disappointing Rumbles. I'm going to be disappointed in the Elimination Chamber because it's a blood money thing. And should we just get into match of the week, or you got something else for? So my match of the week was the women's Royal Rumble. I'm just kidding. No, my match of the week was it was gonna be that Mox versus Bowens match, truthfully, because man, that was good. They gave it time, but I think this is my runner-up because I so enjoyed because I already ranted about it the Roman versus Seth match. I so enjoyed it so much that I'm so very excited that I'm going to get more of it in some capacity. That's going to be my match of the week because it had all the storytelling. It had all of the I think I was sold when Seth came down in the Shield gear, right?
Oh, soon as I heard, I was like,
yeah.
oh,
God.
Okay.
Right? And he comes out in the Shield gear through the crowd, but he's doing the Seth Rollins thing, right? He's not like being serious about it. He's like mocking him the whole way down. And that to me was really just like, yeah, all right, this is I am fully bought in. I've been but I'm like fully in, and then I love the finish and I love that I'm going to get more of it. So, let's go with that. That's my match of the week because it was a good match. It was good storytelling. That's what I harp on every week.
And it got time.
And it got time. Love it. Got so much time it cut into the men's Rumble, but that's okay because the finish didn't matter.
Well, I really wanted to go with Crime Time versus Jon Moxley. I actually am thinking the ladder match at the front of Dynamite was the way to go on this one, boys. This had, like Tom said, it was nothing but spots. I don't care. That's what I'm here to see, boys. I'm here to
I mean,
see
that's fine.
athleticism. I'm here to see a show. And also, you
mean,
can
it's
have
fine.
a little drama in between the matches. I don't give a shit.
A little bit of razzle-tazz there. A little razzle-dazzle.
Razzmatazz me.
A little razzle-dazzle.
And this sold
That cutter spot.
everything.
That
It has
cutter
been
spot.
all over Facebook, all over the Twitter. That fucking Bird app has been lighting up with the cutter spot, as Tom's saying.
I say that cutter spot is gonna be. They're gonna replay that as like a highlight. That cutter spot is.
Oh, it'll be on the
that's-
opening segment there.
Yeah,
like
that's gonna be
intro.
That's gonna
to the
be
television
that's
show.
gonna yeah that's gonna be one of those spots we're gonna forget who he gave the cutter to.
Yeah.
But we're gonna remember him doing it.
Mhm.
It's gonna be that kind of thing. Truthfully, I will give you. It was good, and the other thing I'm excited about is that hopefully now it moves Sammy away from Cody. If it also does that, then yes, it got a highlight reel, and it also got and it moved Sammy away from Cody.
Yeah, they
Both of
made
those
the right
things are
decision
good.
on that one.
Yeah, both of those things are good.
Yeah,
things,
I'm very
and
happy with the finish.
I'm all for it.
I think that worked out well, and definitely am glad to see a unified title. I think it'd actually be cool if they kept it that way.
No.
No,
back to
I
one.
do.
It's
No,
dumb.
fuck no. No, I
dumb.
think you keep two.
It's dumb.
Just because it would suck for
It's
you
the
to go
same
buy
belt.
2 belts. I don't
It's
care.
the same belt.
Good, hold 2.
Why are you doing
Oh,
the same
two of them.
belt? It doesn't even have a different color. It's still
You're the Intercontinental Tag Team Champion.
Oh my goodness gracious. So my match of the week was definitely Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Everything from start to finish had me, and the action was really, really good. So like, it was definitely the match of the week for me. So
they proved why they're the top guys. Like
Yeah.
they're the guys who are like there's nobody in AEW like them. There's nobody else in WWE like them. They're the top guys.
absolutely,
They're the top guys right now. Just period. They're
they're
better. They're just better than everybody else. There's always been those guys who are just better than everybody else, regardless of company. It's those two.
I tell you what, if Tom says you're a top guy, that's pretty high standard there.
They're the top guys. They're top guys of top. I'll tell you what, though. I will tell you that Mox is looking very
Looking
much
top
like
guy
a top
status?
guy. Looking like he has regained top guy status because
Almost
guy.
headed to the danger zone.
I mean, I don't like his entrance music so much, but it's
Oh
his
man, that's kind of part of the thing.
Yeah, I don't really like it, but it's fine. I don't have to like everything about it. Music choice is in the eye of the beholder. I feel like that's like the most mundane thing for me to not like about it. But his matches since he got back have been. He just comes out there, beats ass, and like. But even with Bowens, like he gave Bowens a lot. Bowens is a lot better than I thought he was. He's
Dude,
really come
Bowens
a long
can
way.
go. Yeah.
He's come a long way since being Bobby Lashley's sister.
To be honest with you, Max Caster just gets over more so
man,
on his gimmick than his wrestling.
Right over Derek's head.
fuck man.
Bobby Lashley's what?
Bobby Lashley's sister. You didn't see that segment? I don't know that we can keep inviting Derek to these. If
Did he
he's
really
not- if
do
he-
that? Did he?
Oh my god,
bro.
it's the worst segment. Go watch it. It's on YouTube.
Was it a Friday evening for him, and he was actually going
No,
out
it was a
downtown, and they
Saturday.
called
No,
him out?
I'll
It was
send
like,
you.
hey.
I'll send it to you. It's on YouTube. It's the worst segment in like. It's maybe the worst segment in
Jesus.
WWE history.
Yeah, it's real bad.
It's really bad.
Don't kill me. No.
Bowens
I
is-
love
Bowens is what-
Bowens.
Well, you won't recognize him, but it's him. He's in it.
This makes me sad.
All right, hey guys, thanks a lot. Let's go ahead and call this a night. Yeah, so check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at @1_fall WC. That's ONE. If you're watching us on YouTube, you know that we exist. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We would really, really appreciate that. To our audio folks, we appreciate you so very, very much. With all that being said, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast.
Looking for a share button, Derek.